Welcome again. I'm Aston Cole, right? Today I will be giving the ReyeeReyee Q1 new product training to overall for all of you, right? And this content we are going to go through. They have 5 content. They will including some Reyee chassis switches, Reyee new Wi-Fi router, Reyee new AP, and Reyee new solution about the AP and switches. Okay, and then the last we'll talk more about some home Wi-Fi. I believe last week I have been conduct one of the training dedicated for the home Wi-Fi, right? So they do have some additional informations, right? By talking about our home Wi-Fi, how our internal design for the antenna for the M32 and M18. Okay, so please stay tuned. All right, so what's the Reyee switches we will going to provide to you, right? Over the past 3 years, I believe all of you are very know about our MBS product, right? So due to our this Reyee solution with the SOS, right, we do have a zero-touch provisioning to our cloud. Okay, even those about in terms of the configurations wise, we do have a VLANs to going to help you to have a network planning, okay, by our this Reyee cloud applications. So even those you no need to open your laptop to do some VLAN configurations to do those of these network devices. Beside of that, right, our this Reyee cloud, we also provide some monitoring switch, okay, statistic, okay. So even those you can be anytime, anywhere, where you from, okay, any of the country, you also can be pay a visit, okay, to know all of what this switcher status, okay. For moreover, right, our Reyee cloud also giving us a lot of like easy maintenance to let you to save a lot of on-site time and the cost for the petrol, okay, when you are going to do some first step of the troubleshooting. This this cloud really make your business more easy, okay. And even those for last of the past year, 2 years, right, we have been have come out this Reyee product in the market. And you can see one of the range of the product, right, we normally will be emphasized for the CCTV market, right, especially when we are talking about CCTV features, right. We do have some camera recognitions, right. All of our this Reyee series family, they're able to recognize for those the camera, their brand is UMVs, their brand is a Centric brand, right? Their brand is a HKSS brand. Their brand is even those like Dahua, right? HIK, right? This kind of the player, right? Our this switches able to capture the camera, okay, whether they have been plugged into our switches and provide some topology. So the behavior for how we are going to recognize, right? I will talk later on, right? Even those for some of remote reboot, we are supported in our this switches part. And for 250 meter for the PoE, yes, I think a lot of players, right, like Dahua, HIK Visions, they do able to offer some extension, okay, with the LAN cable RJ45 over 200 meter, 250 meter until 300 meter, okay, to supply the PoE. Even those for the camera itself, they can show the video, okay, smoothly, okay, without any interruption. By the way, right, our switches also provide some loop prevention. This is some we were going to highlight in the CCTV field, okay, especially we are facing for the SI installer, right? This is a very important point, okay. Our switches, we do have the loop prevention to prevent the loop happening in your customer place. Even though we can have a visibility using our Reyee cloud applications, we can have an overview, okay, for any of the port they have a looping, they will going to tell you, to show you, right? So you can ask for this customer to disable the port, okay, which port they have a loop, okay, to prevent some loop happen in their network, right? Part of that, our this CCTV solution also we're going to highlight the intranet access. I believe a lot of people do know what is the intranet access, right? Especially intranet access is one of our this advantage selling point in our this CCTV scenario, especially when you do have some MVR, right? When the customer is very concerned about the security, they do want to host their MVR to the cloud. They do want to host any of the DDNS, open any of the port forwarding for the NVR scenario, right? So intranet access is a very secure tunnel, right? From our this Reyee cloud will be create a special tunnel, okay, with the encryption, go back to your LAN network and open your this NVR, okay, with privately, okay, when you are going to connect to our Reyee cloud. This is one of the intranet access features we have been built for our CCTV installer, all right? And a part of that, a couple, I think last year's end of Q4, right, we has been fully released the entire of the ACN solution. When we are talking about whereby automatic configuration network solutions, right? So you can be done all the multiple VLAN with the easy deployment and easy manage. This is one of the advantage, like the management server, right? So once we have been configured for the management server, they will automatic to push for all the devices. You no need to go for traditional way, one by one, you need to do the configuration. This is one of the very big advantage and the big gap. Okay, we are going to break through for this new configuration trend, okay, for our this network equipment. And so on, right? BYOD solution also can be help you for simplify your entire of the configuration as part. Okay, especially when you are talking about user authentications, even though we can using our phone to configure users, right, for any of the authentication like voucher login, username, account, password login, right? And our this BYOD solution also have one module we call bandwidth management. You can do some bandwidth management based on a group of the people, right? Maybe you want to limit, maybe it's a HR department. They only have been occupied for 2 meg download or 2 meg upload. This kind of the adjustment, right? Configurations, you can be simply done in our mobile this year. Okay, even those for VPN connection, last time we are always mentions VPN, virtual private network. This a very hard configuration for your engineer? Okay, so ReyeeReyee, this product, we can be lower down your this technical barrier, right, to make everybody can be configured. Okay, this is one of our this advantage solutions within these 2 years. This is one of the summary. Okay, and now, okay, during over this past 2 years or 3 years, right, you can see everyone's all of VAD sub-D, you are selling our Reyee switch, giving you some best performance, best features, right, for all the users. But somehow, okay, some of the customers, right, once they are using this entire of the solution, they're facing some bottleneck. Okay, what is the bottleneck, right? Which means if you're understanding our Reyee entire of the switch portfolio, right, we do have the ES0 series, we do have ES100 series, right? So these two model, right, is unmanageable switch. Okay, so starting from our ES200 series, yes, is managed switch until the MBS 5000 series. But somehow, okay, we get some feedback from our customer regarding our switches limitation. Okay, we have been hit to the bottleneck part, right? So because some of the scenario of CCTV, when they are require of 2,000 of the clients, okay, we are talking about devices, right, connect to the center of the core switch, right? The core switch itself cannot cope up to 48 access switch. Okay, that's why even those if you're understanding our MBS, right, cannot build with the redundancy or any stacking with second switch or third switch or fourth switch, right? That's why they do have some bottleneck, okay, with this kind of the scenario request. Okay, so what these are some of the common requirements when you are facing for some large project requirements. Okay, let's say they have 1,000 of the devices, 2,000, or no matter it's a CCTV, PC, right? Even though they request some high density network, they require some uplink 10G, okay? And with high reliability for some this large project. Normally large project will be we always face will be always meet in some factory scenario, okay, office building scenario, hotel scenario, even though school scenario. All right, and that's why this is a traces are required. Okay, when you just now the last project you have this kind of all the requirements, right, for centralize all the access switches, right? That's why the traces switches are required to meet this such a scenario. This is a very important thing, right? Okay, so what is a traces type, right? I just give you some idea, right? When you need to centralize all the access switches, come back to the centralize of the core switch, right? Definitely your core switch, you need to have enough port, okay, to supply all the access port, okay, from all the locations. Let's say this block A, block B, block C, block D, until block Z, right? So this is a core switch, very this is some very important, okay, play a very important role in this kind of the scenario requirement. Okay, so that's why for traditional way, normally we know chassis switches is very expensive. Okay, even those very complicated when you are going to put, even those you want to have configurations, right? You can see they are very high end. Okay, we just look for the outlook for the switches already already know it's very high end, right? And but nowadays Ruijie, we do have come up the Reyee portfolio product we call MBS 7000 chassis switch. Okay, this is the first Reyee chassis switch we are designed for SMB market. Okay, all right. Basically, right, these switches you can see on top of it, they write RG MBS 7006. Okay, 6, which means they have 6 module card. Okay, available. You can play around any of the card. You can do some selection. This is entire of the outlook for our MBS 7K series, right? So as I mentioned, 6, which means they do have the 6 module card. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you are very curious. You'll be saying that why you skip the medium 2 chassis port, right? This 2 slot actually is belong to the CPU. Okay, you know what is a CPU? CPU is a means is a centralized, okay, control for all these switches, okay, for the module as well. So they need the CPU to process, right? So they do have come with the 2 module, okay? So you can have a redundancy. You no need necessarily saying that I need to buy 2 CPU, okay? If your customer requires some redundancy, yes, you can propose 2 CPU for this N1000 MBS 7K series, okay? And the part of for this card I will talk to you later on. All right, and for the 7000 MBS series, they come with 2 models. Okay, they're only available for 2 models. One is a 7006 and 7003. What is the 3 meaning? Okay, so just now I already explained the 6, which means you can be play around about the 6 module card, right? 3, which means you can play around with the 3 module card. You can choose any of the RJ45 port, or you want to full fiber port, right? Yes, will do. Right, you can do some of this kind of the selection, right? And for this our 7000 series MBS, right, they can give you some more flexible, with giving you some redundancy about the power supply, even those for the CPU card, right? And the most important thing, okay, this can be have a very cost effective, okay, very cost effective. We are compared with the enterprise chassis switches, right? Even though you can be know that the pricing you are getting, right, for the direct price or non-direct price, right, we are compared with the enterprise level, right, a big gap, okay, for the costing, right? And even those for this chassis series, as you can know, or this enterprise level for those N18K series, right? Yeah, and then even those for our this data center solutions for Ruijie switch S6000 series, 7000 series, right? They are unable to use our cloud to do management. Okay, but for Reyee, this MBS 7000 series, right? Yes, you may be link up our this chassis switch with our cloud management, okay, to do the monitoring, to do the configuration as well. All right, and even those for our this chassis switches for Reyee 7000 series, right, is much lower, okay, for the SI price. We are going to compare with the competitor, okay, especially from here you can see is we have this product mapping, okay, equivalence with the A brand, okay, 6405 model. All right, so how we are going to deliver this sort of very cost effective product to you, okay, because our R&D really make the innovation to you. Okay, how innovations, right? So the first innovation we are going to show you is about our designs for entire of the chassis. For the traditional, even those for the enterprise, for these chassis switches, right, where they are going to design the entire of the CPU for the control board, engine board, right? So for traditional way, you can see the entire of the engine board when they are going to design for the CPU, right? There will be divide to two of the control CPU. Okay, the first will be the control traffic. The dedicator of the CPU itself only control the traffic, which means all the traffic from the LAN port in out, they will going to control. Okay, control the traffic. Secondly, for data traffic, right, which means data traffic will be going to monitor. Okay, even those to do some handling about the data traffic in out. Okay, for each of the fiber port or each of the copper port. Right. So for now, for our this new chassis series for MPS 7000, right, we come with a new chip intensive design, right? We built the two chip become one CPU chip, right? In order that why we want to build like that, right? Because we want to reduce, okay, the sizings for our this controller CPU board. Okay, based on the traditional way for this CPU design, right, you can see their board is bigger, okay, 37% compared with our this new board, okay, for the CPU board. This is one of the technology breakthrough about the hardware thing. Okay, we have been done very well by our R&D. Okay, due to the entire of the PCB board for this controller is smaller, right? So you can see the chassis, we also can be make the size smaller. Okay, they will not look like so bulky. Okay, that's why when you carry for this kind of the chassis switch, right, they will very heavy. Okay, even though you need to have 2%, 3% to mount it. Okay, in the server rack. Okay, and for this design for our this new model MPS 7000, definitely we are supported REE. Okay, what is the REE? There can be lower power consumption. Okay, will be going to used by our this MPS 7000 at least 50%. Okay, we can be reduced compared with the traditional chassis switch. Okay, so before that, any questions so far? Okay, if no questions, I will continue. All right. So another breakthrough for our this R&D about our innovation design for the chassis, right? So you can see from here, we do have some ensures for this programming about our this firmware, right, to stabilize all the data transmission. Okay, when you are going to put some control traffic, you can see they will going to have some automatically to prioritize. Okay, especially the control traffic is a high priority. Okay, to go through when you do have a lot of data going out from our port, right? So in order that the other of the what we say the other traffic won't going to affect our this control traffic. So there's been even though you want to broadcast some what we say download the P2P, you want to broadcast the wireless attack our this CPU itself, right? Which means our this CPU itself they have another control traffic pair. Okay, the control traffic pair will be going to protect. Okay, to those heavy data to avoid some effect. Okay, to make the switch hang, to make the switch high CPU or high memory. This kind of scenario. Okay, and the good news for everyone, for the MPS series especially, we are starting from 7000 and 6000, right? We're going to have this kind of redundancy designs, okay, for our this core switch layer, especially for Reyee portfolio, for this kind of the redundancy design for the MPS core switch, right? We call VCS. VCS is stand for virtual cluster switching. Okay, it's different with the what you say VSU from Ruijie Enterprise. Okay, stacking technology. Okay, they do have slightly different. Okay, they are this behind algorithm, right? So that's why for the MPS itself, we call VCS, virtual cluster switching. Okay, please take note. This will be asked by the examinations. Okay, and even those for current our this redundancy design for our MPS core switch, right? They only applicable to 2 units. Okay, for the stacking. Okay, if you need to more than that, please stay tuned as well. Okay, but currently we only applicable for 2 unit stacking. Remind again, and the other note you need to take note. Okay, for those you are selling our this MPS switches, right? When you require some VCS features, maximum 2, and they need to have a SAM model. Okay, they do have some policy requirement you need to follow. Okay, when you are going to sell for VCS for MPS, please make sure they are same model and they only up to maximum 2 units for the stacking. Okay, so for those you don't know what is the VCS, right? Let me to make some explanation to you. Okay, for traditional way, last time if the customer they have a high hope, okay, for some redundancy design or resiliency of the design, right? Generally last time, we need to have a very high-end core switch. Okay, we need to have a very high-end core switch, and these two core switch will be what we say 2-in-1. Okay, will be 2-in-1. But for last technology, right? Last time technology, we cannot make it 2-in-1. That's why we need to have a one configuration features we call MST. Okay, to divide the entire of the core switch layer to one of the access switches. Okay, that's why for the access layer is we can connect a PC, printer, laptop, follow side machine, okay, printer, other thing of the devices, right? Once you have any link of the failure about this failure, right? The traffic will be going to use this link to go back. Okay, so this is one of our MSTP design last time. Okay, that means one is the active, one is the backup. Okay, this is a traditional design. But now for the VCS and VSU technology, we have been simplified the entire of the design with won't going to very complex for the design as well. We help you to complexity, right? So you can see the two unit of the core layer switches, they become one unit. Okay, easy to let you to handle, right? And how about the link for the access switch layer, right? They will combine these two links as well. Okay, which means 1G plus another 1G totally is a 2 gig uplink, right? So in terms of the devices redundancy, the connection also redundancy, right? This is our VCS technology and VSU technology. So far, understanding or not? Okay, if you have any questions, please remind you to ask me the question in the question box. All right, so the next, for another third of the breakthrough for our this MBS 7000 about the redundancy design traces, right, is about the fan. Okay, the fan with the power supply. Okay, with the power supply. So for MBS 7003, okay, 7003 series, okay, please take note, they do come with two of power supply. Okay, they do come with two power supply, right? So normally if your switches they belong to not any of the PoE card module they're going to plug on, right? Normally one power supply enough, okay, to power up these devices. But some of the customer they are required two real power supply to do some active backup solution, right? So you can go for two power supply. But how about MBS 7006 model? Okay, 7006 model, right? This is one of very important thing I want to highlight. Okay, from here you can see this is the fan. Okay, this is the fan, this is the fan, right? And the power supplies they do have a 4-slot. Okay, they do have a 4-slot power supply. So if you require some PoE for this core switch direct supply to the equipment, right? So you need to count the power supply for the watt. Okay, for the power watt, right? So if you need more power to power up all the devices, you need more power supply. Okay, please take note. So this is the maximum for MBS 7006 series, right? And you can go with the PoE as well. Okay, generally, okay, for this chassis switches, right, we see it's very bulky, it's very largest of the equipment, right? So how the configurations, okay, how whether you have some difficulty when you are going to configure this kind of the large network, right? So let us take a look. Okay, I want to show you one video, okay, about when our this what we say our this chassis switches for 7006 series, right? When they do have provide the local web GUI, okay, you are not necessarily saying that you want to using the cloud to do configuration. By right, the switches come with the local GUI. Okay, so this is the local GUI. So please watch this video first before I go explanation to you.
It's amazing. The traffic on this port has reached 4.5 grams, and the device is connected to more than 1,000 cameras. In a commercial complex in Suzhou, the monitoring system has a total of 5 disk arrays, 1,002 megapixel cameras, and more than 204 megapixel cameras. The NBS 7006 switch, specially designed for SMB large scenarios, can fully meet this project. Not only does it look good, but it also performs very well. As a core switch, multiple 10G line cards are installed to ensure the stable operation of all surveillance cameras. Although the device looks huge, it is not difficult to configure at all. This core switch can be easily configured and managed through any mobile app. The visual interface can see the traffic of each port. You can also configure VLAN, so you may try this new product NBS 7006.
Okay, so this is our 7006 model for our MBS series, right?
It's amazing.
And for the product range, for these introductions, okay, about our entire of the design, especially from here, do you see they have one of what we say the bracket here, right? Actually, this will going to have a holding the cabling, okay? So when you have this fiber or any of the RJ45, so this is the holder, okay, going to make your this cable more nicer, right? So any of the questions from here, you can let me to know. So let me to show you another video about our this MBS 7000 series product introduction. All right, so please welcome our this MBS 7006 series, right? As you can see just now, we're going to show you the videos about the module, okay, for the module card, right? So these are all the available module card, okay? We are available in for this MBS 7006 model, okay? For these switches, right? We talk more in depth, okay, about some what we said specification about these switches, right? This switch capacity can be up to 1.92 Tbps. Okay, normally for the switching capacity, actually we can count by port. Okay, we can count one G of the port, how many of the switching capacity. So end up this is the maximum of our this switching capacity, and the packet forwarding rate is one of the very important point we are going to always will be asked for the customers when we are going to do some product matching with other brand, right? And this is the two important thing, okay? Always will be studied, okay? Whether switching capacity is the same, our this packet forwarding rate is the same, right? And the slot, how many slot we do provide to you, okay? This is a 6 plus another 2 management card slot, right? And another of the information very important for switches is up table, okay, which means this what we say the Tracy series of our MBS 7000, right, can be do the IP routing about 8,000 of the traffic, right, for the up table, right? Even those for how many of the devices can be control up to this core switch, right? 3,000, 32,000 of the devices. These switches able to know 32,000 of the devices MAC address. Okay, this is very important. That's why you are saying that you have a 4,000, 2,000. Yeah, no any pressure for this model as well. And VLAN, yes, definitely they can support VLAN 1 until 4094. This is very important. And the next, actually, I want to teach you how you are going to look for our this line card. Okay, this is a line module card, right? Basically, for all of our this 7,000 line card, we are starting with M7000s. Okay, you can see all the in front default is M7000s, and this is one of the control engine. Okay, control engine, right? So control engine is only applicable for 7006. Okay, this is slightly different. But for all the module line card, you can see starting from M7000. But for the next, okay, we are going to learn what is that 24 GT. Okay, what is the meaning for the 24 GT, right? Let me do some explanation. 24 GT, which means this is a 24 copper port. Okay, which means they have a traditional RJ45 copper port. And how about another thing, 2SS? What is this? Okay, 2SS, which means is our fiber port. All right, so they provide the 10G fiber port. Okay, this is a 10G fiber port. Okay, so this is a way how we are going to learn the line card. Okay, that's why you can see this 2 10G fiber port is belong to this here. Okay, another 24 copper port is belong to here. So easy to understand, right? Okay, next, let's to take a look for another module card. Okay, let me to test all of you. 24 SSP, what does it mean? 24 SSP, which means they come with 24 port, 1G fiber port. Okay, this is a 1G fiber port. All right. So where is this 24 FFP 1G fiber port? Here. Okay, this is the 24 port FFP 1G port. All right, for the fiber port. And how about 2SS? 2SS, which means they come with 2 10G port. So where is it? Here. Okay, this is a 2 10G port. For the other rest, it's the same way how you are going to learn to study this 48 copper port, another 2 10G port, right? And 48 fiber 1G port and 2 10G fiber port. All right, this is a way how we are going to study. And again, this is a CPU module. It's belong to here. Okay, you can propose 2. Is the customary to have a 2 redundancy scenario, right? And even those they do have the 16. Okay, what is this 16XX port, which means this 16 10G port. Okay, for the fiber port uplink. All right, and the new thing for this MPS I want to highlight, right? They support the OSPF, okay, and the IPv6 features. Okay, this is what we are going to highlight for our MPS 7006 series. And for next, we're going to explain this top more detail about 7003 series, right? About these devices, basically you can see this their switching capacity, 480 Gbps, and their packet forwarding rate is about 360 Mbps, right? They come with the 4 slot, okay? They come with a 4 slot with a 3 module slot, right? And you can play around about this all of line card module, right? And how about the MAC address? How many of these devices can be learning by these switches, right? 32,000 MAC address. Okay, between 32,000 of the devices. When you have 32,000 of the CCTV, yes, you can use under this model as well. Okay, and for the UP table, yes, same with the 7006 series. They do have 8,000 and VLAN 6094. Okay, which means 1 until 6094 they are supported. Right, and for these switches, normally the line card, okay, for the module card, they also starting with the M7000s, okay, M7000s, right? We can play around about this M7000s, about 24 GT, 2SS, okay. This is the line card you can slot in this port. You can slot in this port, right? You also can be slot in this port, okay. So for this is the CPU slot, okay, you cannot slot any of the line card, okay, starting from this CPU slot, okay. So please don't plug your line card to the first slot, okay. We are going to explain again, right? So this will be come with what we say the device, the CPU itself. They do not need to take in, okay. This device come with the CPU by default. 7003. The CPU card default come with the chassis, okay? Come with the chassis, right? Please take note. And the next, normally we also MPS series we come out with another models we call 7002 modular switch, right? So what is this switch, right? We'll be going to help you in what kind of the scenario, right? So fairly speaking, okay, normally a lot of tender in the market, right? You can see some of the switches, they come with what we say, they need to combine, okay, several of scenario, like I want to half of the copper port, another half is the fiber port, right? So with these solutions, right, this MPS 6000 series, there can be fulfill this kind of the requirement in request by your customer, right? That's why for these switches, they come with the half of the fiber and half of the RJ45. Okay, normally this we can be built up for the what we say 6000 series up to 1200 terminal of the PC, even those 600 of the CCTV scenario. Okay, and for the modular design, this is a very important thing. Okay, they will help you to very flexible and very scalable for your this customer request. They do have a 4 type of the line card. Okay, with 11 of the combination. Okay, so what is this? The 4 type of the line card, which means they come with the M6000. Okay, please take note, the line card starting from the support MPS 6002, right? The line card is starting based from M6000. Okay, just now I already teach you how you are going to study the 16 GT, 8 FFP, 2 SS, right? Again, okay, from here I also need to explain again. What is the 16 GT? Which means they come with the 1G copper port, okay, belong to here. Okay, 8 FFP, which means they have a 8 fiber, okay, it's come with the 1G fiber. 2 SS, which means they do have the 2 fiber 10G port. Okay, this is the 10G, 10G, this is a 1G for fiber, this is a 1G for copper. All right, so this is how we are going to study the model of the line card module. For this 6000 series, they do support 2 power slot. Okay, as you can see, they come with the 2 power supply. Okay, they come with the 2 power supply, and they support VCS. Okay, VCS maximum can be VCS 2 unit with the same model. All right, and they also support OSPF. They get able to gather 4000 up table and 32,000 of the MAC address. Okay, this is their switching capacity 176 Gbps, and packet forwarding rate is 132 Mbps. Okay, so if you still have a question, just drop your question in this question box. So I will answer the end of my presentation. Okay, and even more product we are going to launch in the Q1. Okay, not only 7000 and 6000, we also will be going to launch MPS 3000 and 5000 series. Okay, for what? Okay, for this 3 model. Okay, and from here you can see MPS 3100 for the 8 GT, 4 SFP with PoE, right? So right now we have 48 port for the 3000 series come with the PoE power. Okay, this is very important thing, right? Even those for the 5000 MPS 5100, they come with the 24 port for the copper, also provide the PoE. Okay, they do have the PoE. You can see this 3 series we're going to launch, right? They come with the PoE. Okay, so which means we are going to fulfill the market. Okay, some gaps we are missing for some product. Okay, we are compared with the A brand, PP brand, right? Other brand as well. Okay, and these 3 switches, there's L2 switches. Okay, this is a L2 plus. Okay, we can say it's this is a L2. Okay, this is a fully L2, and this is the L2 plus. Okay, this is a L2 plus. Okay, this 2 unit is the L2 plus. All right, and normally for this 3100 access layer, they always will be facing with CCTV scenario or PC scenario as well. And for 5000, normally some of them they are using as a core switch. Okay, there can be a core switch, there can be a access switch. Okay, depend the requirements from your customer. All right, and next, okay, I will going to show you some product better guides. Okay, when we have been this MPS new model 3100 for the 8 GT port with the 4 FFP with PoE, right? Normally we were going to have this model equivalence with the Aruba brand. Okay, for this 1830. For TP brand is 3452, right? For Cisco will be the this SMB, okay, business range for the Cisco is a 350, okay, S350 for the 84S, right? And you can see, right, we also provide the 48 port with maximum 370 watt, okay, 370 watt compared with the other. And even though for the switching capacity, okay, we can be up to 104 Gbps, okay, we are compared with the other. And forwarding rate is a 78 Mbps, okay. The most important thing for these devices, we are provide the cloud manageable, okay, ACL, IGMP for the multicast, and 5 years warranty. Okay. Normally I want to highlight here for the Aruba, the limited lifetime, definitely they have some term. Okay, normally they also provide 5 years. Okay, when they write limited lifetime, which means normally they will cover 5 years as well. Okay, and this is an enterprise grade of our switches, and they do have the 6 kV surge protection for our Reyee switches. This is one of the advantage. And ACL, yes, we able to do the ACL, okay, and they do have some CPU protection policy as well. Okay, and then the next model we will move on to our MPS 6 5100 and 24 port with 4 fiber port with PoE as well, right? And for PoE part, you can see we do have the 24 port with 370 watt, and the switching capacity we are the same, right? And forwarding rate we are a little bit higher compared with the Aruba and TP model, right? 1830 or 3428. And for this model, they also support all the cloud manageables, ACL, multicast with 5 years. All right. And this is the last MPS model 5000 series 5200. They also come with 24 port with the PoE. This is an important thing because we come with these 3 units also come with the PoE. And the other rest, actually you can see we are compared with other, right? It's quite same. Okay, we are quite same. This is our higher a little bit for the forwarding rate. Okay, so far entire of our product Reyee family switches, right? For this April and March, we're going to launch. Okay, this is a summary. Okay, we do have the MBS 6000 series, 7000 series, 3100 series with PoE, another 5100 with PoE as well. Okay, so this is our product launching plan. Okay, for our MBS 3000 and 5000. Actually, we have been launched. You can place the order for the Nepal market and Malaysia market and Singapore market. All right, and then the next model, actually, I want to emphasize here, right? 7000 series, okay. This 7000 series, we are still take the considerations in Malaysia market. Is it this mandatory or always request by the partner or not? Okay, I believe a lot of VAD pre-sales you are here, right? Do you think our MPS 7000 series they do have the market or not? Because these devices they are not complies on what we say the spec. Okay, like they request some CLI console cable, right? But some of the spec you cannot be fulfilled. Okay, because normally when you're talking about chassis switches in the market, a lot of tender spec they will going to write CLI. They need to have a console port, right? But for MPS 7000, maybe in Malaysia market, is it a lot of requests or not? Okay, please give me the feedback. Okay, like Dan, like KS, like Hans, right? You can give us some feedback because we are still thinking the MPS 7000 series landing in the Malaysia. But for those like the Nepal or Singapore, right? Yes, I think your site can be placed order, right? But for Malaysia, Singapore, and Nepal market, we do have selling this. Okay, MPS 6002. Okay, MPS 6002. Please take note. All right. And next, second, we are going to have giving you some launching about our new wireless router. Okay, so what is this? Okay, normally for our this new router for our SMB market, right? Normally you can be see fairly what we say scenario like small office, medium, like cafe scenario. Okay, so normally when you go for this kind of a small office scenario or cafe scenario, right, you're able to see always they do have all this equipment. Okay, they do have a router, connect to the switches, connect to the AP, right? So with this kind of the planning and solutions, they're going to plan in the cafe and small office, right? They do facing some problem. Okay, what is the problem, right? We're going to emphasize here is about wire mesh. This is not wireless mesh, which means when you do have more equipment in your this cafeteria or even those for the small office, right? You will see there are this connection about the devices. They will have a wire mesh problem, right? And you need to make it more clean and tidy. Okay, so this is one of the problem we always will be see in some office scenario and cafeteria scenario. That's why Reyee, we come out some model. Okay, we combine 3 of the equipment to 1. So this what we say. This unit itself we are going to show here is our M105. Okay, 105 GWT model. Okay, 105 GWT model, right? So why we want to promote our this 105 GWT model boundary for the breaker, right? Because due to these devices is look very small and all in one, very powerful, right? And even those that can make your internet visualizations, right, to do some speed management about you want to limit some bandwidth about your Zoom video conference meeting about 20 Mbps, even though you can put some high priority, right? So for this small size of the box all in one, they're also able to achieve, okay, this kind of the requirement from your customer. Even though your customer saying that, hey, do you have any cost-effective all-in-one unit? Can be broad YouTube, broad Facebook. Okay, I don't want to have my this internet right wasted. Okay, I don't want to my staff going to YouTube during the working hour. So do you have any of the cost-effective equipment for me? Right. So this is the model you are going to propose to your customer. So let every of the devices, some of the devices we also facing some problem. What is the problem they are facing? Like even those. When you propose for 1 unit for the customer, right? Sometimes they are saying that, wow, in this area, I have a blind spot. Okay, this area, I cannot surf internet. The wireless very bad, right? Because your this 105 GWT, very small unit, I cannot cover for this area. How easily we can extend this wireless, okay, for this to cover this blind spot area, right? So basically for our 105 GWT, they do have one of the mesh button. So we are compared with last time, right? Even though for mesh button, we can be meshed with our SMB RIP series. Okay, this is a SMB RIP series, not home Wi-Fi router. Don't misunderstanding. With this button, when we click in, right, this AP itself, they will automatically mesh with the master unit. Okay, this is not home Wi-Fi. If you're saying that this button can be meshed with home Wi-Fi router or not, sorry about that. SMB only able to mesh with SMB series. Home Wi-Fi series can be made for mesh with the home Wi-Fi series only. Cannot mix. Okay, cannot mix. Please bear in mind. All right. So EG105 GWT is our Wi-Fi 5. Okay, AC 1300 wireless. Okay, the size is very small, but all in one. Okay, with the business router. Right. So let's watch the video how our this 105 GWT look like. wow, with our this 105 GT, right, itself, there can be provide the entire of the Reyee mesh, as just now I mentioned, right? The Reyee mesh itself, they were going to show you the, what we say, the entire of the beauty design, even those very elegant, okay? You can see it's a very elegant design. And they do have the built-in omnidirectional antenna, okay? They have an internal antenna from here. And there can be support multi-WAN, okay, which means they can have a load balancing, okay, up to 4 ISP, okay, even though they are small. So they can up to 4 ISP connect, okay, to do the load balancing. Let's say you have a 100 meg, 100 meg, 100 meg, another 100 meg coming in, right? They will going to have help you to standardize all the traffic for one link by standardize all the user traffic, okay, with different of the ISP in one time. Right, and even those for this model, they support the IPsec, OpenVPN, L2TP, PPTP, this kind of the connections. So, do you know what is the OpenVPN? I want to emphasize here, right? OpenVPN is one of the VPN client, right? Whereby you want to work from home, all right? So, when you work from home, you want to access your this company internal resources, so you can download the OpenVPN software, right? After you download, you can link up with this unit, okay, to access your this local office resources. Okay, the most important thing for this, they are not only is a router, they also is a access point. Okay, some of the people will going to mount different of the locations, right? Even though they can using our cloud to do the management purpose, to do the configuration purpose. Okay, so the outlook for our 105 GWT, yeah, it's look very elegant, can be sit on the table, right? And even those, they do have several of the, what we say, installation, okay, for different of the point of view, right? They do support the desktop vertical mounting, okay, desktop horizontal mounting, and even those you can mount in the wall, right? These are three of the flexibility installation method. But some my customer, they are very have a good idea. They even those they are mount our this 105 GWT on top of the ceiling, like the AP. They mount. So in case they no need to put in any of the desk, need to find any desk to put for these devices, because this device also is an access point. So they will mount on top of the ceiling as well. All right. So is it our this T series is enough about the performance? Are you think Wi-Fi 5 can be fulfill your customer? If your customer is saying that, wow, your this small unit is Wi-Fi 5 only, the speed is slower, do you have any faster or more coverage or more capacity, okay, for our this all-in-one unit? Yes, we do have. We have one of our this model we call 105 GWX. Okay, this is a S model, S-man model. So this is our new era of our ultra Wi-Fi 6 speed, okay, model, right? Due to a Wi-Fi 6, normally definitely we will know a lot of features like they highlight here, OFDMA, okay, 1024 QMA, right? Normally when you see these two terms, right, this belong to Wi-Fi 6. Okay, this is a AXS model, right? Can be up to 160 megahertz. Okay, this is not entry level Wi-Fi 6. Okay, this is a 160 megahertz band, right? For the Wi-Fi 6 level, right? Basically, based on the entire of the throughput, you can see they have been double up increase, Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 5. Okay, so this is the model all-in-one as well. And they're built for the Wi-Fi 6. They are born for Wi-Fi 6, right? And even those, they come with the 5 external antenna. This is not built-in antenna anymore. All right, you can see they come with the 5 external antenna. Each of the antenna, they have a 5 dB. Right, they also support the Reyee mesh button and 4 ISP load balance. Okay, which means you can have a 100 meg, 100 meg, 100 meg, 100 meg come in, and the user can be going to distribute all the traffic to each of the ISP. Right, so apart of that, VPN, yes, this model also support VPN and free cloud management. Okay, so let me have one of the summarize about our these two model. So these two models is come with the port, okay, 551G port. Okay, these two models will come with 551G port. Maximum conform, they can be served for 4 ISP, okay, in one time. And this is a concurrent recommended clients. Okay, so basically this concurrent recommended client between if 100 people, okay, they are going to surf internet in the same time with 60 of the devices connect to the wireless, right? The traffic still smooth. Okay, if you're more than that, sorry about that. Okay, please control the recommended clients. And same with our this Wi-Fi 6 unit, right? They must have some recommended client. Okay, this is the maximum. All right. And even those for the IP set VPN, you can see for our this X series, right? For the tunnel, each tunnel can be go up to 100 Mbps. But for GWT, yes, maximum is 24 Mbps when you have a site-to-site VPN. Okay. And the next, I think for Malaysia and Singapore, they are very concerned about this model, right? Because they do have some recommended bandwidth for the ISP. If your ISP is more than that, 600 meg, you need to go for our S series. Okay, this is the maximum of the bandwidth can be cooked up to our this 105 GWS. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, so if no, I will going to show you some what we say the comparisons. Okay, for our this S series with our this MikroTik. All right, and definitely you can see our this GWX model. They were going to compare with the HAPAX model from the MikroTik and Tritech Vigo 2927VA. And most of the advantage from our side, Reyee, right? We give you 3 years warranty. Okay, it's enough. 3 years warranty already covered a lot. Okay, compared with the MikroTik and Tritech. All right, and this model we has been launching. Okay, because some of this country we have been issued the CE cert. Okay, especially for those already mentioned here, like Malaysia. So for Malaysia part, I think we just need to wait for this MCMC certification. So I think it will be April. I think April onward you can be receive your place order for our this 105 GWS. Okay, and next we'll move on. Okay, I think the time is 3:30, right? Okay, so next we'll move on for our this Reyee new AP, and this is a movie about our Reyee new AP. Okay, please welcome our this Reyee new AP. Okay, the next new AP we're going to introduce by this Q1 is our REP2260. Okay, so what is this model? All right, this is not all model because a lot of sales, pre-sale and post-sales, we are confusing about 62260. Previously, we do have the 2260G and E series, but this is a new model with 2260 without any of the alphabet on the behind, right? So this AP is born for AX3000 speed. Okay, you can see they have AX3000 speed, Wi-Fi 6. And even those, they come with 2.5 Gbps via uplink. Okay, this is for LAN port, 2.5G, okay, for the wireless uplink. And even those, they are support the Reyee mesh technology and giving you the stand-alone authentications, right? And what is the meaning for the stand-alone authentication, right? Later on, I will talk about it. And even those for this new unit, they can be managed by our Reyee Cloud. Okay. The most important thing I want to show you here, right? For this model for our 2260, we are comparing with our E series and G series, right? This new model is between, okay, the center model between our E series with the G model. G model is a 1800 Mbps. Okay, but for this this model is 3000 Mbps, and you need to more faster, you need to go for 3200 Mbps for our E series. But definitely for this model, right, the cost will be lower than E series. All right, and even those we can be have a product equivalence matching with the UB brand U6 Lite or U6 LR. So we just need to show you one video. Okay, this video we are using our Samsung S22 Ultra to test about our this 2260 model. Okay, how fast okay they can be cooked up to for this internet speed test. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, for this what we are going to show you, and this thing. All right, you can see we are starting to do the speed test. Okay, with our 2260. Okay, as you can see, right, this is the result. Okay, we're going to show you when you are using our 2260 Wi-Fi 6 3000 Mbps, right? The maximum that can up to 1300 Mbps for download speed. Okay, this is one of result we want to show you to give you more confidence. We have been tested this RIP 2260 in real environment. Okay, so this is a result we are going to show. Right, so what is the advantage when we are going to compare U6 Lite, okay, with our 2260, right? We are the same price, but the performance we have been 2 times, okay, for the throughput, okay, compared with the U6 Lite. And how we are going to compare to the U6 LR, right? We are the same throughput, but the pricing will be 50% lower compared with the U6 LR. All right. The most important thing, we also give you 3 years warranty. Okay, 3 years warranty, one-to-one replacement. Okay, so far, any questions? You can place your question. And next, we're going to introduce our outdoor series. This is not the old model again. Okay, this is a RIP 6262 model. Okay, they also come with the X3000 Wi-Fi 6 for the outdoor series. This is a new series as well. And this is the omnidirectional antenna, which means they are omnidirectional. And they come with the FFP port. They can have a fiber port with the copper port, and they can be cloud measurable and support the Reyee mesh. All right. And these are some of our performance guarantee. Okay, to show you this model for our Outlook external AP, right? They support IP68, which means they support blast proofing and weatherproof, right? Even though they do have support the flexible installation method. You can mount in the pole, you can mount in the wall, right? Even though we provide the bracket, okay, we provide the bracket, okay, for this or the mounting kit, right? So, and then they do support the fiber, right? Just as I mentioned, they should support some fiber to cover some long distance installation requirement. Like let's say maybe you have a factory from here, this is a guardhouse, right? Even those guardhouse, you want to lay out some what we say the Wi-Fi to provide for this area, right? So you can lay out the fiber up to 2 kilometers. Okay, you can lay out the fiber to 2 kilometers to serve for this area for the wireless. Even though for this unit, they come with the extension port. You can extend to the camera or any of the PC for the guardhouse as well. Okay, and for this beauty of the design, this is a ball shape. Okay, this is a ball shape. And there can be wider for the wireless coverage, as you can see, right? And even though for this model, the 5G coverage will better than 2.4G. Okay, the 5G at least can be covered over 100 meters, and 2.4G can be covered within 100 meters. There's a special antenna designed for this this outdoor AP as well. Okay. So the next, we are going to share you some extra value about the standalone portal, right? Okay, what it means for the standalone portal? Okay, so for those customers or SIs that do brought our has been used our Reyee Wi-Fi AP, right? Especially Wi-Fi 6 AP. Okay, for this onward, I think next month we are going to have a dedicated launch our standalone portal, which means the Reyee AP for the Wi-Fi 6 AP, right? They're able to have a standalone portal without EG. Okay, because right now I think you are very understanding our product. Our Reyee AP, when they require the portal, you need to work together with EG. But for the coming versions firmware, for the Wi-Fi 6 AP, for the Reyee Wi-Fi 6 AP, they will going to support standalone portals soon. Okay, and even those you can be configured in the Reyee Cloud. Okay, for this standalone portal. All right, so this is a comparison for our indoor Wi-Fi 6 model 2260. All right, as you can see, just now I already explained to you, we do have the G series, E series, and this is the media range, okay, for the Wi-Fi 6. And even those we do have the high end for the Wi-Fi 6 model can be up to 6 Gbps. Okay, 6 Gbps, 6,000, okay, at 6,000, okay, at 6,000 throughput speed, right? Definitely for this model, I need to highlight, emphasize here, when you are going to sell this to your customers, 2260H, right? Please bear in mind, sell with the power adapter, okay? Because this unit itself, they cannot be put up by normal PoE or PoE plus, okay? They need to have a high PoE power, only it can be fully function for 2260H, okay? Please think about it. And those, this is a recommended client, concurrent client, recommended client, which means 2.4 plus 5G together when they have a client connected, they can up to 110. Okay, so please take note. Okay, so it's not depend on the client capacity. Normally, if you connected 500, no problem. But the problem is you're serving the net very slow. Okay, serving in the net very slow. But for recommended client, yes, this is actual we are tested. Okay, amount, right? Can be proposed to your customers. Okay, and for outdoor unit same, yeah, we are going to launch this IP6262 series. So this is a new series for the Q1, and they belong to 3000 S3000, and this is the IP68. Come with one fiber, one copper port, right? And this is the temperature that can be going to have a functionally, okay, in between the -30 up to 65 degrees Celsius. Okay, for this model, we're going to show you is because 4 model also is the omnidirectional. For Reyee family series, they do not have any of the bi-directional antenna. Okay, please take note. And 4 model for the outdoor also support the Reyee mesh. Okay, support Reyee mesh for the outdoor. All right, so these 2 units actually we have been going to launch already in the Malaysia, Nepal, and Singapore market. Okay, 2260 and 6260. I think you can place order already for this new unit. And even those for the last second of the content we are talking about is Reyee. Wow, just now we already talked about Reyee AP, right? How about Reyee? Do we have any of the new AP for Reyee or new switch for Reyee? Yes. This is a Reyee brand. Okay, please recognize this is a Reyee brand. And for Reyee wireless, right? Normally we'll talk about more on enterprise customer request. They need some expert, okay, but not easy, right? So who will be going to require some expert wireless network, right? So these are some of the scenario, right? Campus, hotel, transportation, manufacturer, right? Normally for Reyee wireless, right? They do have a lot of rich enterprise features. Okay, what is that? Like authentication. So you can see 802.1x. Okay, some of you, maybe you don't know what is this. Okay, but you are remember, this term always will be found in the, what we say, tender spec. Okay, they will found in the tender spec. This is a very standard of the enterprise of the features requirement, right? Even though like PPSK, UPSK, hotspot 2.0, web authentication radius, right? So yes, Reyee AP actually we support this kind of authentication, right? Even though we do have some radio security, okay, like WIDS, WIPS. What is this? This is some of the like radios firewall IPS. Okay, so they're able to detect this radio to do some isolation, to do the quarantine, this kind of the requirement features, right? They can found in our Reyee wireless, right? Even those HA, if you're talking about the high resiliencies, about our redundancy, about our equipment, right? For the wireless, yes, we support the VSE. Okay, so this VSE is similar like just now what I explained to you for the VCS. Okay, same.
because when the Wi-Fi controller, they need to have a 2-in-1, they also need to have some technology we call VSC, right? Even though we do have the CPU protect policy, CPP, okay, CPP, and network foundations for the NFPP, right? So yeah, these are available for our ReyeeReyee wireless. And even though we do have the hardware AC controller to centralize all the AP, right, to do the forwarding data as well. Okay, so we are supported the centralize all the AP to one of the AC controller using the CAPEX tunnel. Okay, we do have the encryption method for the AP communicating with our AC wireless controller, right? And we are support the IPT and third party of the API. I think this all the term I think is very technical for all of you. Okay, so if you're interested, so I think I will going to host another section to talk more in depth about this features as well. And for those ACL, SMP, yes, for our Wi-Fi solution we are supported. Okay. So for ReyeeReyee, actually, we do have the new model for giving you some high performance AP, okay, without any of the bottleneck, right? So the new model, the first model we're going to launching in our ReyeeReyee is the RG-AP840L. Okay, this is a L model. We are compared with our existing model, right? There's a I, okay, I. Now the new model is come with L, which means the model itself can be up to 5.4 Gbps speed, okay, for the wireless, right? Even those for the physical LAN port that can be have support up to 5 Gbps as well. Okay, for this model, AP840L model, right? Normally we are going to compare with the Aruba AP515, AP25, or this is the model R650. Okay. So the next model we're going to show you is about outdoor. Okay, before that, I just need to talk more detail about our 840L. Okay, for this model, you can see they have a 4x4 antenna for 5G. Okay, they have a 4x4 antenna for 5G, 2x2 antenna for 2.4G. Okay, and they do have the optical port. Okay, this is the fiber port. Optical port, which means a fiber port. They come with a 5G, 2.5G, and 1G FFP. Okay, which means we are support 3 different of the transceiver, fiber transceiver. So what is a transceiver? Transceiver is this thing. Okay, this is a fiber transceiver. The transceiver can be pulled out. Okay, you need to optional to purchase this transceiver for this AP. Okay, by default, they does not come with the transceiver. All right. And they come with the RJ45 combo port. This is the RJ45 combo port, right? They do have a 2 port for the combo port. Okay. And they have a 1 RJ45 LAN port as well. Okay, this is the thing. This is the thing. Okay, this is the thing I show you. And they can be powered up by this 12 PoE power. Okay, this model can be powered by PoE port power, right? And they do have a 6 partial stream. Okay, this is a 6 partial stream. This means they have a 6 partial stream in our AP design. Okay, this is like the antenna. Okay, 6 partial stream, right? Okay, and then the next actually I want to show you one more thing. Our ReyeeReyee and Reyee wireless for this roaming, we can be our technology already moved in forward step. Okay, what is this? Last time previously this roamings for technology, right? Right now we are supported the 802.11 kVR. Okay, this is our ReyeeReyee self-developing roaming algorithm to make the roaming even more smoothing. Okay, smooth compared with last time. Okay, so with this 802.11 kVR technology, right, can be assigned the best AP to the client dynamically. Okay, this is one of the roaming signaling going between the AP with the end devices. Okay, and next we'll move on for our outdoor model. And our outdoor model, they come with this new unit as well, and they belong to AP680L. So for this model, right, you can see entire of the design compared with our this existing unit, right? Last existing unit also will be I60 CD, not CD. Sorry, CD, right? So previously our previous model is what we say is AP6080 CD. Okay, CD which means the AP itself, the antenna is the bi-directional. But for this L series, right, they build it omnidirectional, which means this AP can cover by 360-degree angle. Okay, with this 360-degree angle, yes, there can be give you some what we say the scenario like easy to cover for outdoor, okay, like the swimming pool, right, 360-degree. But last time, based on our AP680 CD, right, there's a bi-directional. Bi-directional, which means when this is the face, let me draw one more thing to let you to know more information. Omnidirectional, right, which means the AP when you are installed like this, the radius coverage will be 360-degree. Okay, when you go with bi-directional, okay, antenna, the AP when you are going to mounting here, right? Okay, let's say my face is facing here. Okay, the wireless antenna coverage only facing in front. Okay, only facing in front. All right, they are not covered 360-degree. That's why sometimes some people will telling me, Aston, you lie me. Okay, you tell me bi-directional. Even though I on behind of the AP itself, I try to connect. Yes, I still can connect. Okay, so I'm not saying that 100% is binding to the in front. Okay, for bi-directional, but the wireless algorithm, right? Wireless scenario, right? They should cover like this. Okay, they will cover like this. Okay, the entire of the radius, the pattern of the wireless, right? When they are broadcast in front, right? They will more on like this. Okay, that's why definitely when you are standing behind, you're still able to receive the signaling, right? This is what we are going to explain to you today. Okay, so for this model, as you can see, there have been some special design, okay, like the short space collisions, right, to preventions to have prevent all this problem, okay, when you can be very suitable used in the seaside. Okay, even though the AP itself nowadays for this model, we also done some conformal coating. Okay, we have done some conformal coating to make sure our this board will be work more lasting longer, right? So even though we have been go through the short space corrections test, okay, you can see our results going out the results 5%, 35%. This is a stress test about our this physical equipment for our this outdoor AP. All right, so next I'm going to show you one of video about our this model about waterproof test video. Okay, it's one of the stress test result as well. Okay, the next model we are going to reintroduce to the Ruijie portfolio family is for the wall plate AP. Okay, this is one of the new wall plate AP as well. Okay, this is one of the designs for the AP. They come with the X3000 Wi-Fi 6. Okay, basically from here you can see this 180PL model. So for more on coming for the Ruijie product for the AP series, right?
we are going to plan starting for L alphabet. Okay, for more of the new coming of the series of the Reyee product, they do have a L alphabet on the behind of the series family number, right? And for this model, you can see definitely they support Wi-Fi 6, just now I mentioned, and they do have the 2.5G uplink, right? And they have a 4 LAN port, okay, with provide 1 PoE out. Yes, finally we have a PoE out AP, Reyee AP, right? And they have a universal mounting. Okay, normally this AP will be suitable for dormitory or apartment scenario, even though for hotel scenario, right? And they do have built-in a full multi-G, okay, network with the Reyee switches. Okay, normally for Reyee switches, we do have the new model, we call CS-X6 series for multi-G switch. Normally our this old model 6120, right, they are still belong to the multi-G switches as well. Okay, with this is a flexible installations bracket. Okay, this is one of the bracket you can go for purchase, okay, to fix to your this different of the scenario, like the X6mm wall junction box, even though some standard EU box junction box or US. Okay, we are supported variants of this junction box for different of the country. All right, and the most important thing just now I have been go through, right? We do have a support 1 PoE out, okay, for one of the equipments, right? So what is this scenario we're going to provide to you, right? So in case the customers, the hotel, they are connected with the IP phone, right? When this AP itself, they're powered up by your switches, okay? They're powered up by your switch, and your switch, maybe your riser room, they do have a UPS, okay? They do have a UPS. So any happen for this hotel, there maybe it's a power trip or anything, cannot, no power supply from the governments or this power plant. So our this AP itself, when you integrate with the UPS with the switches, they still can power up your phone as well. So this is one of the scenario you can be proposed to your customers, right? And next, even though another model we are going to launching is not AP anymore. Okay, the AP is done. Okay, for the Reyee AP, we have 3 new models: outdoor, ceiling type, and wall plate, right? And the next is about our wireless AC controller. Okay, this is the next model we are going to launch, is about WS6512L model. Okay, for this model, they give you some high speed forwarding performance, large capacity management, can up to 1000 AP. Okay, approximately will be about 1000 AP. All right, for those new VAD, new sub-D or new pre-sales for you, or more information, right? This is AP 1152 AP, right? Which means this controller can be managed 1152 ceiling type AP. But how about wall AP, right? So wall AP, the calculation about our this unit itself, the wall AP is about 0.5 unit. Please take note, when we are going to have a wall AP proposed to a customer, they only have 0.5 AP, which means 2 wall AP only applicable to 1 ceiling AP. Okay, please take note. And even those, okay, even those, right, for this box, default, they come with 128 AP license. Okay, default, they come with 128 AP license. Okay, for these boxes, right? And even those for this can be have 2 unit. Okay, can be have a 2 unit redundancy. Okay, become 1 unit. Okay, that can become 1 unit for the 2-in-1, right? So normally, okay, what kind of the customer, why the customer need hardware AC controller, okay, for Wi-Fi controller to control all the AP, right? Because some of government like bank or some very sensitive factory, right, to build up some chipset or anything, they request, we are talk about the security. Okay, they won't going to allow the equipment to connect to the Reyee cloud. That's why in this kind of the scenario, you can propose our customer with the hardware AC. Okay, this is an on-premise control. You don't need to control the AP using our cloud. You can have an on-premise control devices. And even those
for comparison between the on-premise controller compared with the Reyee Cloud, right? Definitely for the local authentications, like what we say 802.1x radius or anything, right? Okay, 1x, okay, right? Radius authentications, maybe they have their server, okay, they have their database server, they have their student server, okay, they have their staff server, okay, for the authentication for the local side. So you are required to propose the hardware AC controller, okay. And even those for the hardware controller, they will give you more better roaming experience. Okay, they will have a lower roaming latency compared with Reyee Cloud. We can honestly, okay, if for Reyee Cloud you are telling me yes, Reyee Cloud also support the roaming, why I still need to have a hardware AC, right? But for theoretical, for the roaming between the hardware AC with the Reyee Cloud roaming, right? Hardware AC is more faster. Maybe it's about millisecond what we are talking about. Okay, the millisecond differentiate, okay, between the hardware AC with the Reyee Cloud roaming. And the last for the customer requirement always be saying that I need to have a monitoring, security, policy, centralized all the forward, everything, right? Yes, you can propose the hardware AC. All right. And for those summary, right? For this new model, you can see we are on this range. Okay, we are on this range for this model, right? It's a WS6512L. So where is the category? Okay, here. By right, just now I already tell you our this model there can be support up to approximately 1,000 users, right? If you're saying that 2,000 users, how? Okay, you have a two selection. One, you go for our 6816, or you can have a double up. Okay, you can be double up 2 units of our 6512. Okay, as a VSC, there can be support up to 2,000 units of the AP. All right. So by our this wireless controller can be easy to manage by our Reyee Cloud as well. So it's optional. Your controller can be hosted to our Reyee Cloud, or optional. You don't want to host in Reyee Cloud or work in premise. Yes, you can work in on premise. All right, and then the next congratulations, okay, for all of you, right? Reyee Wireless, Reyee AP, we will going to release the SOM features. Okay, this feature will be going to launch in May 2023. Okay, for this SON, I think you're already very familiar, very like our Reyee SON, right? For Reyee AP, we are going to launching our this Reyee Wireless SON. So with this SON, you can completely to set up all the Reyee AP within the 150 seconds. Okay, this is what we are going to highlight for today. Even though we are not launching the new equipment, you're also launching the new features. Okay, and for this, I want to highlight, since we are involved the wireless, right? Reyee and Reyee, we do have promote this one-click wireless, okay, optimization. This is a very important thing, because we generally for this Wi-Fi scenario, when you are going to deploy, no whether it's our brand or other brands, right? All the AP normally they need to do the optimizations, right? If you do not do any optimization, the experience about the Wi-Fi is very bad. Okay, so Reyee and Reyee, we do have support the one-click wireless intelligent optimization. Let's say I just give you some idea. Okay, what they do? Okay, let's say this is the room 1, room 2, room 3, room 4, room 5, right? So we are assuming it's a people. Okay, everyone they are sitting in the same room. Okay, this is one of the same room. Okay, let me draw here. Okay, this is everyone sitting in the same room, right? If this person stop, okay, talking, this person also talking, right? They will make a lot of noise. Okay, let's say I stand here, right? I can't hear what they are saying. I can't hear what they are saying. That means in the A, they have a lot of interference when everyone is using the same channel, right? So let's say, let me change the channel. Maybe this is a channel 2. This is channel 3, like this, right? So we will reduce the interference. So at least I can know I want to listen channel 3, channel 2, which channel I want to listen, right? So in order that the optimization is very important thing, the optimization will be going to optimize, right? Based on they are going to plan each channel for all the AP. okay, to lessen the interference for the A, right? This is a very important thing. Okay, and next, I'm going to show some summary about our Reyee wireless. Okay, these are all our upgrade new series, okay, for Reyee wireless scenario. And you can see it's indoor, outdoor, wall, and controller, right? And then for those, this is our old model, still belong to our old model. This is our 2023 Reyee wireless product portfolio. Okay, so this product actually will be going to launch in Malaysia and Nepal and Singapore. Okay, but some of country they still need to wait for the MCMC license. All right. So next, any news for our Reyee switch? Well, just now we talked wireless. So how about switches? All right. And Reyee, we do have the launching two few series of our this Reyee switches. The first series is our S2915L series. Okay, this is our multi kit. Okay, multi kit switches, and they belong to do have a 10 port. Okay, they have a 10 port. They have a 24 port. Okay, they have a 48 port. Okay, even though you are required the PoE power, yes, they have a two model applicable for PoE power to power up, right? And this pricing wise for this unit, yep, is quite what we say cost effective compared with the other. And this one of the reference guide, okay, for you. If let's say you have an IP camera type about 2 megapixels, let's say the transmission of each of the camera is a 5 meg. So how many of the pieces of the camera can be recommended using in our this model? Okay, what is the uplink? Okay, maximum uplink for the camera 300 as well. Okay, so by right, this is not full 2.5G port. Okay, this is not full 2.5G port. This is just 1G copper port. All right, what we are talking about is uplink. Okay, we do support a 2.5G FFP uplink as well. All right, so for this model, another of the advantage is this model applicable for 10 kV surge protection. All right, and even those when we are talking about the loop prevention, yes, we do have loop prevention ILTP. Okay, for this model as well. Okay, to prevent the loop happening in the network. And where to position these switches, right? Normally, these switches is designed for the access layer. Okay, designed for the access layer interface with the AP, computer, CCTV, IP phone, CCTV, printer, and photosynthesis machine, right? And with this pricing, we will be giving you the best price, okay? Because they were going to reduce the uplink to 2.5G, okay? To go for the aggregation layer or core layer. All right, for this branding, for our this 2915, right? Normally we were going to compare with the Aruba brand CS6000. They do have a model, okay, similar exactly for the RJ45 port and uplink port, okay, with us, right? And so those just our highlight, okay, our highlight point, okay, for our our highlight point for our uplink, okay. If we compare with CS6000. We have been higher uplink compared with them. Okay, they only belong to have a 1G uplink, right? And we are supported the silent design, fanless for this unit. And surge protection, we are giving you the 10 kV, very high surge protection. And we do have the loop prevention compared with the CS6000, Reyee Cloud, manageable. MAC address table, we can have more than them, double up for the value, okay, for the MAC address, and cloud manageable, right? Even price will be better, lower than them. Okay, so this is comparisons between our Aruba brand CS6000. Okay, so this we can be order available, okay, for this all the country, Malaysia, Singapore, and Nepal. All right, and then the next I will move on to my last content today, okay, for home Wi-Fi. Okay, so before that, I can see already 90 people here, right? Okay, I can see a lot of people will be late to join in for today, right? I need you to scan for this QR code, okay? Based from your scanning, the email address, I will assign the examination to all of you, okay? For those our distributor, you require to pass the exam, okay? For sales team, pre-sales and post-sales. Okay, please help me to scan. Okay, for this QR code, I will hang in here 1 minute. Okay, and I will going to share you the training material. Okay, I will share you the download training material. So I will share in the webinar chat. So I think all of you can see the chat box. I can be share the training material. You can go for download it. Once you have been scanned this QR code or check in this QR code, don't worry about that. I will follow up by email. Okay, based on what you check in. Okay, from here. Right, I will follow up the exam. I will follow up the download material for you by the email type. Okay, email method. Okay, let me check again. See how many of you have been checked in. Yeah, about 69 people. Okay, please check in. Okay, please check in. Okay, 70 people. Okay, all right. Come on, still got I think 10 more people. 71. Okay, just take it easy because the exam, the answer you can find in my PPT. I'm going to share you. All right. Anyone? 71, 72. Still got people still want to check in, right? 73. 74. Still left 10 people. 10 people. 74. 75, 76, 78, 'No more, right? 79. Okay, for those you are just new, just download the Reyee Cloud applications. On top of the right hand side, click on the scan QR code and scan our QR code, right? Okay, I think that's all. I think the numbering has been stopped. Okay, under the 79. Okay, let's to continue. 80. Okay, still got people scanning. Okay, let's to continue for my last chapter for today. Okay, new home Wi-Fi. All right. So basically, normally when we are going to facing the home Wi-Fi scenario, right? What is the common issue? Okay, we are going to facing, right? Let's say we are in the villa scenario. Okay, so the first pain point we are always facing for this kind of a villa scenario for the home Wi-Fi router is a dead zone. Okay, definitely some of the zone that cannot cover by the Wi-Fi, right? So basically, based on this, right, we are going to share more in depth about our this mechanism design. Okay, this is one of our model. Okay, for our this M32. Okay, M32 model, right? So basically, based on the physical, the mechanism boards, yeah, it will look like this. So you can see we do have the dedicated of the FEM chipset. I think previously last week you have been attend my training, right? I have mentioned a lot of FEM. FEM, what is the FEM? FEM chipset, it means they have an amplifier chipset. So basically, based on the mechanism board, you can see this is the FEM chipset. Wow, this is the FEM chipset. Okay, this is a 4 unit, another 4 unit. All right. Basically, this is an amplifier chipset. They will amplify the power, the wireless signaling to cover all your house area. All right. So with this M32 model, right, you're able to see our Wi-Fi 6. We do have the Tori test report, okay, from the Tori website, right? They have a 2.4 testing, 5G testing, okay, for download speed and upload. Okay, this is a download speed, this is upload speed. And you can see, please emphasize for the red color. Okay, red color. So the red color is our model, and the green color, the light blue color, okay, is a TP they call S60. All right. So basically you can see from our this when we are talking about when have one devices, two devices, three devices, four devices download speed, right? Even though you can see our download speed is quite consistent, okay, even though for the compare with the other speed. When we are talking about 5G, right? Yes, you can see maybe it's more of the users coming in to join the Wi-Fi run for the download speed, right? Even though you can see the speed will be lower down, okay. Between with the 8x8 chipset with the this FEM, right, you'll be served more client, okay, compared with the other, right? And next, I'm going to show you what is this totally test about our this consistency about our wireless. Okay, so they have been using some wireless analyzer to analyze to test to scanning our this all time to time for our this wireless signaling. So you can see RGM32, right? The signaling is quite consistency with compare with the other brand. Okay. Normally, this other brand, you know what is the brand we are going to compare, right? Okay, I'm going to highlight here. And with this is you can see even though we are under the same amount for the connection, 4x4 spatial stream, okay, and the high throughput will be giving you more stable signal for each of the devices. This is intention we're going to highlight here, okay. And this is some of the video about the speed test, okay, for this product. So the speed test scenario, right? We are going to select 3 of the locations, right, within the 300 meter per square feet, right? Different of the location 1 and 2, 3, we are done the speed test, okay, with our M32 with other brand of the S60, right? This is the result we're going to show to you, right? We have been better than them, right? And the next, I'm going to show you one movie about the latency test, okay, between us with them. Okay, normally you can see this is a latency test, right? Very obvious that when you are going to play in the games, right? The games about the latency is very important thing, right? That's why you can see from our M32 during just now we are going to show you we have a test by playing a game, right? So how stability about this latency, okay, when you are going to play in the game, okay, compare with our this S60 brand, okay. And second, for this pinpoint of the scenario, right? For home Wi-Fi router, sometimes you are going to place the wrong position. Okay, how this solution can be help you? Where is the right position you want to place for the model? Okay, let's say I have a wireless mesh for the main unit, right? So which location is the best I'm going to place? Nobody will be going to tell you which one is the best. So normally end user like to what? I simply put here, put there, put here, right? But with our solutions, right, Reyee, we do have our signal visualizations, right? For our this M32, M18, we do have the signal visualization LED indicator. So basically, when you done the wireless mesh between the 2 units itself, okay,
you can easily to based on the indicator to know which is the best spot you want to position your sub router. Okay, this is one of the very advantage, I think, all applicable for our model only. Okay, I think right now I did not see market have any of the indicator for this signal visualization. All right, and even those for our home Wi-Fi router, we does support the E0 configurations with one quick Reyee bash. Okay, for those last week we are skip my training. Today you can continue to know what is our 0 configurations for one quick Reyee mesh. So for this 0 configuration, one key Reyee mesh, right? The summary about this test is we can be 50% time saving. Yeah, compared with the Reyee mesh with the TP1 mesh. Okay. And then we are talking about next the pain point for 3, right? When you are facing some poor about our floor penetrations, right? Let's say you are worried about the penetration about our this home Wi-Fi router, right? Normally we just need to highlight here, okay, for our this built-in antenna for our this M32 model, right? They do have a 4x4 antenna. Okay, this is the antenna design for this model, and the best design for the antenna, right? Normally we need to have this kind of degree design. Okay, normally for antenna, even those for external antenna, right? Okay, normally for your home external antenna, by right you will going to put like 90 degree, okay, but normally for wireless scenario, when the best antenna to put for the receiver and sending, right, is this way. Okay, so please go back your home, turn your antenna by this method. Okay, will be have a better receiving and better sending. All right, so for our this M32 itself, the antenna is come with this this degree. This is the best degree to receive and sending data for wireless. Okay, which means it's a 30 degree. Okay, this is a 30 degree CSS. 30 degree, not CSS. Okay, it's the best antenna tuning. All right. So with our this pinpoint 4, okay, we are talking about failure seamless roaming. Okay, sometimes you're facing some failure seamless roaming, right? What you want to do? Okay, how our ReyeeReyee solution can be help you. For more on what our this ReyeeReyee just now I mentioned about ReyeeReyee our this roaming, right? We do have support the KVR, right? But for home Wi-Fi router, we support the 802.11 kV. So compared with the traditional roaming, right? So the kV will more intelligent. Okay, the roaming for kV, right? K will be going to report the link signal to measurement between the stations for the AP. Okay, which means they will going to keep track between the devices with the AP as well. And the V definition will be allow the wireless device to exchange the information with the AP. Okay, to make the roaming more smooth. Okay, for entire of the technology as well. Okay, and this firmware, okay, the latest firmware will be released on I think April. Okay, April 30th April. Okay, for support this roaming 11 kV for our home Wi-Fi router. Okay, so let us welcome our this M32 model. Okay, by video. So basically, you can see just now we have a white, we have a silver color of our this M series, right? So this is a M32 series. They belong to the Wi-Fi 6. Okay, this they are 2-port, 3202 Mbps, and they do have a 4x4 partial string antenna, and they have a X signal amplifier. Okay, they have a X signal amplifier with the dual band antenna. Okay, for dual band antenna. There's a maximum coverage about approximately 150 meters per square feet and can be cooked up to 192 concurrent terminals. All right, this is one of the real case scenario in the villa in Malaysia and Thailand, right? About the download speed, upload speed result. Okay, they have a main router and the sub router in this kind of villa scenario, and this is their floor plan. Okay, which means you can see even though the villa scenario, one unit enough to cover one floor, whole floor. Okay, so that's why you can see the second floor and first floor also placing the one of the router. Okay, which the main router and the sub router from the right hand side. Okay, so this is the overall picture. Okay, they are going to show you. Okay, then they are going to do some speed tests. Okay, about different of the spot. Okay, we do have a spot 1, spot 2, and spot 3, and spot 4, right? So we can see this is a bedroom. Okay, this I think it's a washroom. Okay, and this is a kitchen. This is a first floor washroom again, right? Basically based on the download speed, they are tested for this equipment. Even though my house, okay, has been tested these two model, right? I also put the M32 in the ground floor, and the first floor I put the sub router is M18, right? I has been test the result, okay, for different of the spot as well. Even those you can see, right, the result for after the Wi-Fi mesh, the download speed, okay, still maintain about 436 Mbps. Even those the more further bathroom, okay, for the spot 3, they also able to get 57 Mbps for the download speed and 34 Mbps for the upload speed. Okay, the best download speed is 597 Mbps. Okay, from here for the main router. Okay, even though you can see the sub router when they have a wireless, mesh for the sub router, right? Okay, they still also can be get 436 Mbps, which means they already lost 100 Mbps only. Okay, about 100 Mbps. All right. And next, I'm going to show you some comparison card, okay, about our M32 with the TP-Link S50, S60, and 68. Okay, so basically all of us is the same of the 2-port. Okay, you can see mostly it's the same 2-port. And what is the best thing? What is the advantage from our side, right? We do have the 8 signal amplifier. Okay, we have a large, stable, horizontal, vertical coverage for the floor plan area, even though we have a Reyee mesh seamless roaming features, and give you the lifetime free reject card, okay, manageable, and 3 years warranty 1-to-1 replacement. Okay, this is a selling point for us to selling to the customers, right? Even those for our RGM18, right? Okay, so for this model, they belong to Wi-Fi 6 entry level. Okay, they come with the 1800 Mbps throughput, 4 external and 4 internal antenna with another 4 amplifier chipset, right? And for this model itself, this is a comparison card, right, between this model compared with the TP Deco S20 and S25. Okay, so for those the advanced features just now I mentioned as M32. So what is our advanced 4 built-in signal amplifier is our selling point. 3 years warranty, lifetime, reject cloud manageable. Okay, and these two models we're going to official. I think Malaysia will be for April onward. Okay, Singapore also April onward, and Nepal market also April onward. Okay, please take note. So if you need to have an actual date, right, please contact the local country manager. Okay, this account in charge person for our local region staff to know about the actual date, okay, released in your regions.
All right. So that's all for my sharing today. Thank you everyone. You are spending your time, okay, to join our this Q1 product launching. And before I end my presentation, right, I need to answer some question. Okay, so let me to answer some question based from my this webinars. Like the first question is asking by Iris Min, right? Does the power they need to extra code for these traces? Yeah, I think for 7,000, yes. Yeah, you need to have extra to put for the power supply. And second questions from Dan Chi Ming, right? When will 6120 cloud support? I think I answered this question before. Okay, Q3, okay. 6120 will be supported by Reyee Cloud. Okay, number 3 question. Let's say MPS 7006, MPS 7003. Let me stop the video first. Recording. Let me stop the recording first.